So let's move on to question 7. We are asked to construct, using a compass, the line of reflection in this diagram below. So we're given two triangles, one of which is the pre-image, triangle ABC, and one which is the image, triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. If you remember, in a previous construction, we were given the image and the line of reflection, and we were given the pre-image and the line of reflection, and we had to construct the image from that. In this case, we're given both the pre-image and the image, and we're asked to construct the line of reflection. We are also given a hint to draw line segment C, C prime. The key to this problem is to recognize that the line of reflection is the perpendicular bisector of line segment C, C prime. That is the key point to observe here, is that if we draw line segment C, C prime and then construct the perpendicular bisector, we will have constructed the line of reflection. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's first draw the line segment C, C prime. We'll try to do this as accurately as possible. We're going to do the best we can. Our tools are not perfect, but let's hope that we get the line of reflection that looks like pretty close to what the line of reflection should be. Okay, so we've just drawn line segment C, C prime, and in order to construct the perpendicular bisector, we've got to take our compass, and we've got to draw semicircle above and below the line segment. Remember that we do that by placing our sharp point on point C to begin with. We open up our compass, make it pretty wide. We can make it as wide as we want. The wider we make it, the more accurate the line will be. Let's draw a semicircle all around point C. And then let's place the compass on point C prime. Try to get it as close as we can to being perfect, and then create another semicircle around C prime to intersect the other arc. Okay, so now we've got ourselves 2 points. We can label them if we want Y and Z. Okay, and now if we connect Y to Z, we will have constructed our perpendicular bisector of lines segment C, C prime. Okay, this is the line. We're going to label it M, and this is the line of reflection. Okay, so we have created the line of reflection. Let's take a look at it. Does it look like it's pretty? Does it look like a line of reflection? Actually, it looks pretty good. We've got the distance between B and the line here being pretty close to the distance from the line to B prime. A and A prime look like they're equidistant from the line as well, and we know C, C prime is because we constructed it that way. Okay, so far so good. Let's go on to problem number 8. Here we're asked to construct, using a patty paper, the line of reflection. Well, so we can do the same line using patty paper. Let's go ahead and do this. So in order to construct, using patty paper, the line of reflection, we've got to place our patty paper over both of the triangles and actually trace out each triangle on the patty paper. So let me write down points A, B, and C here. And let me trace out points A prime, B prime, and C prime over here. Okay, so now that I've got my points pretty accurate, I can sort of exhale a bit. I don't have to worry so much about keeping my paper exactly on the keeping my patty paper exactly in place, as long as I correctly join my lines. I want to make this pretty dark. You'll see in a moment why. Okay, again, I'm kind of moved, but it doesn't really matter too much. I'm just connecting my dots. Let me connect this dot. Oops. Okay, and I don't know, my patty paper seems a little sticky. Okay. And let me join the dots A to C. Okay, good. Now let me go ahead and do the same thing. And at this point, I'm just connecting dots, so I'll just do that. A prime to B prime, B prime to C prime. And C prime to A prime. Okay, now this is the important part. I now have to take my patty paper and I have to fold it over. So I'm not looking at my original paper at this point. I'm only looking at my patty paper. I have to fold over the patty paper so that I've got both triangles showing through like this. Okay, take a look how I've got one triangle on the bottom there, and then I've got one triangle on the top there, and I have to fold them over so that one is on top of the other. So I am moving my triangles around, trying to get one on top of the other. Got to get point C on top of point C, point A on top of point A, and point B on top of point B. A is on top, B is on top, and C. I think I've got it right over there. Okay, I think that's about the best I'm going to do with patty paper again. Do the best you can. Let's make our crease, and then let's hope for the best. As we open this up, you will see that the crease that we created is now the line of reflection, because we literally reflected one triangle to be directly on top of the other. Okay, this line is probably a little bit off, but I think my points are all correct. And let's take a look and see if this looks about right. Does it look as if points B and B prime are about equidistant from the crease? Pretty close. A and A prime pretty close, and C and C prime pretty close. So then, now that we've done this, we take our original problem, we lay the patty paper back on top of it, and we do it in such a way that what we've drawn for A, B, and C, and A prime, B prime, C prime are on top of each other, like that. I've got to try to do my very best. Let me make sure things are right on top of each other as best as I can do. Okay, great. That's about as best as I think I can do. I'm going to take my straight edge to make sure I'm going to make a nice line, and now I am going to make a crease, a very, very strong crease on the patty paper so that it goes through to the original problem. And now I'm going to take this off, and I think you can see that the paper now has a crease in it. Okay, it's a little hard to see, but I think you can tell that over there is a crease. And now I'm going to take my protractor, go right along that crease that was made by the patty paper, and I'm going to draw a line. And this, there we go, and here we go. And let me draw the line. And there we have it. There's a line of reflection, and it looks pretty good. Okay. Okay, nice. Let's go on to problem 9. Problem 9 says that we need to use the figure in problem number 7. So let's go back. Let's look at that problem while we are doing this. Oops. Sorry, I think I was using a slightly different. Let's go back to this figure. Sorry. Using the figure in problem 7, label the intersection of C prime, line segment C prime, and the line of reflection is point X. Well, we've done that already. Okay. And then we've got 4 questions, true and false. A. True or false? Is line segment CC prime perpendicular to M? Yes, it is. It's true. And that's the way we constructed it. Question B. Is X the midpoint of line segment CC prime? Yes, it is. True. Question C. Is line segment CX equal to line segment, is the measure of CX equal to the measure of C prime X? True. It's because it's a bisector. And then finally, is 2 times CX equal to C prime C? Yes, that is true. All these answers are true.